Hello and welcome to Dragonfire Men's Alchemical Path podcast. This is episode 8. Today we have Josh Fredrickson, who is a professional boxer working now in the men's workspace, Breathwork facilitator. And he's got quite a story, which
we're looking forward to speaking about.
Keen to share, yeah. Josh, you want to give us a bit of a rundown about your life, what brought you into the breathwork space, men's work, etc.?
Yeah, so obviously everyone's got a story. Mine was I was a young man, full of energy, and probably a little bit. I was just full of energy, and I probably a little bit misunderstood at times, just energetic wise, and they ended up finding me putting myself around other people that were probably doing the wrong thing, and we ended up having too much energy to basically explore the wrong things, and ended up finding myself in a bit of a tumble into that world a lot from a young age, getting suspended at school and smoking and causing destruction to people and things. And then that obviously led to worse things as I got older, drugs and all the stuff, and more crime, and that was wild. That took me to severe drug abuse and then drug addiction. By 19, 20, I was basically heavily addicted to methamphetamine, and sleeping once a week, once every 5 days, and ended up destroying everything I had, and was literally doing crime to feed my habit. And that obviously led me to eventually prison, and prison was a big shift in my life. Still to this day, I'm 14 years clean of drugs and alcohol, so that was a big thing for me. I was obviously doing so much wrong when I was under the influence of stuff. It's very easy to sedate yourself with things, like hide away from the internal stuff, and all the stories. So once I did that, I found boxing, and boxing helped change the trajectory of my life a lot, and that was a magical path. I went from having my first boxing sessions in jail, having my first spar in jail, to getting out and training and becoming a amateur and fighting a lot, and then becoming a professional boxer, moving on to win state titles and Australian titles as a professional, and trained everywhere, sparred everywhere, been over to America and sparred, met some big names, and then just still been empty inside. I was using boxing to sedate myself in a different way. I was projecting that internal hurt onto other people, and I think it come to a point in my life where I'd just been getting drawn in so many different areas. I had a shop, I had a partner, I had all my mates, all my old mates and that from the old world. I had boxing, and just getting dragged in so many different directions that was very overwhelming. And then I just knew that there was some internal stuff to work through, and then eventually that led me to breathwork, and wow, has that changed my life.
Yep. Before we get into breathwork, which I definitely want to hear how the changes have worked for you, what they do in your body physiologically and mentally and spiritually. Tell us about your childhood. Did you have positive role models, negative role models? Obviously, being misunderstood is a big one, which I can definitely relate to strongly. Just having all that energy, no direction, things like 100%. That.
Yeah, so I grew up on a farm outside of Lismore area, so not many people around, to be honest. I was growing up on a farm, and it was just the family container that was always around. So for me, I saw Dad was he was the world. He's the person to look up to, even if you are feeling in strife or in trouble with him, you're still always like aiming to get love from him and validation from him, and my mother also, obviously as well, massively. But yeah, he was the big male role model for me. Very intense energy, and like almost just very hardworking and all that sort of stuff, and that definitely allowed me to learn like discipline and all that sort of stuff when I use that later on.
Yeah.
So I definitely learned a lot of good things off him. My older brother as well, and my twin brother, definitely like they were also partially role models to me too. I looked up to everyone. I loved everyone as just part of my reality. Yeah. So I really looked up to everyone, and I loved everyone so much, and that was partially what ended up hurting me as well, because you love these people so much and you wanted to spend time with them and hang out with them and just do the thing with them. Because you've got so much energy to give, and I've got a big heart. I've got a lot of love to give, but that gets shut down because it's misunderstood, or it's irritating, or whatever it is for them in their time with their stuff that's going on. So yeah, it's very interesting. But yeah, definitely I would say them three at the moment, at the younger years, and then I went on to have soccer coaches that were quite helpful. In every sense, and then yeah, obviously like later on when I found my boxing coach and people in prison, like older boys to look up to and that, and yeah, there's definitely been a lot of people on my journey that have helped shape me and just like been able to like fall on for a lot of stuff, especially as I got older and that, so it's been quite good.
Yeah. So when you said obviously the discipline came later, tell us about those years where you were off the rails, so to speak.
So yeah, like, because I never got the love and the affection and seen and heard by both my mother and my father enough. My father was working a lot. He had to support my twin, my older brother, and then we've got an older sister as well, and the family farm and all that sort of stuff. So he was carried a lot. I could tell that now, going through the healing journey. I see stories mentally.
Stuff you don't see as a kid.
Yeah. As a kid, you don't see. You just see your superhero and not wanting to be around you. You know.
Yeah.
But yes, I eventually just, because I wasn't getting seen and heard. My mother as well. She would have been obviously battling her stuff. Two sets of twins and the older brother, and just a lot to handle.
2 sets of twins.
No, like a set of twins. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like we were very energetic. Well, one was that way, one was that way. Older brother's there. Like it would have been chaos, and she was basically in control of the home, and had to take care of us and like support us all the time because Dad was always working. And then at times that would have been very consuming for her. She was battling her stuff. They had relationship stuff that obviously we know about now. So yeah, it was like energetically and in the home like itself was very challenging. So yeah, like the only way I ended up getting seen and heard when I was young was by doing the wrong thing, and then I soon turned that into my own programming. When I was young, in my younger years, I was like, I'm finally going to get like seen and heard, or I get loved, or I get some sort of attention if I do the wrong thing. So by doing the wrong thing, I always got, even if it was restaurant, it's still attention. You know what I mean? So it's my mother or my father finally seeing me and spending some time with me, whether it's me getting in trouble or just like coming to grab me, whatever it is, you know. So like it's insane that we think like that, and that I've created that program. But hey, that's reality.
Yeah, but as kids, we can't be responsible for that.
We can't comprehend,
We don't have the capacity to think, okay, I want attention, I can go ask for it, or I can just throw something or break something or yell or whatever it is that the little boy that needs the attention desires to do.
Yeah, so like that, and then once that program was created to do the wrong thing, and I always get seen and heard and get that attention, it just it snowballed to obviously some quite self-destructive stuff, you know.
So with the self-destructive stuff, let's say these patterns that you developed as a child because Dad was busy, Mum was dealing with her demons as well, family all over the place.
Yep.
looking at those behavioural patterns, then transferred outside of the house. Where did that get you? What happened when you did those things?
It was more attention because eventually, it sort of ignited some sort of, light into me. It was like I was quite numb after after not getting the love and like not getting what I required as that small child.
Yeah.
So I was quite numb. I numbed myself a lot. I had to sedate myself and not speak and move out of character from this energetic, loving young man, young child, to sedate myself and dim my light and not be my true self.
Yeah.
So obviously that created such numbness in me as a person, as a young boy, and getting in trouble. Like I remember like going like down the driveway and like throwing rocks at cars or breaking into the school or just doing stuff like that, and it sort of ignited some sort of feeling in me.
Yeah.
And like it sort of felt like something, and then obviously it was like that's like your fix, it's like your drug before you went to drugs, and then like I felt something finally, and then obviously we were doing it with other like-minded people, so it was like a thing for all us boys to hang out because we weren't getting seen and heard by our parents, to like hang out as a community of brotherhood, and obviously do the wrong thing and ignite that feeling in yourself. So it was quite nice, And then obviously eventually, when you do get in trouble, you get seen and heard, but you get fucking in trouble. You know what I mean?
Consequences to deal with after. With, because you're obviously in the men's work field now, with what we just spoke about, and this is obviously a lot that's coming up now with young boys, a lot of energy, misunderstood, needing attention, and we do need attention.
Correct.
Boys need as much love as girls, if not more, I think, from my personal experience.
Definitely.
And then it becomes outward projection, look at me, I need attention, and then you do shit that has consequences. Not always good. What do you feel or think is the best way for us now as men to help other men and the younger generations coming up now?
Honestly, just showing that it is okay for us all to just like have a safe place to communicate, just be and do the thing, whatever it is, whatever we feel like, but just in a very safe manner. You know what I mean? Like a close brotherhood that you can just lean on in every sense. Whether that's literally going for a swim at the beach, going to have some food, whatever it is, like going skydiving, whatever it is, but just like a close brotherhood that you can always count on, you can always lean on. And I think a big one is for us as men having to overcome ourselves with shaming ourselves for actually asking for help, or not even, it doesn't even have to be help, but just speaking about what's on your mind, because you're better off like speaking it and moving that through the system than just holding it in the mind and coming up with 5 or 10 or 50 different stories around that situation.
That you tell yourself.
So you end up creating a monster, because this is hell. If you're living in here, like that's hell. Like if you're able to obviously speak about it, move that out of the system, whether it's to them or it could be journaling, amazing practice, has helped me so much on my healing journey. But yeah, just anything, moving out of here and then just connecting back with self, breath, heart,
body,
brotherhood, amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a really safe community to lean on, speak with, and just do great activities that aren't projection of our own insecurities and hurts.
Yeah, that's a big one, isn't it? That projection of our insecurities, and the pain that we've been through, traumas, whatever
100%.
Whatever it may be. And yeah, the shame, I think, is a massive one for a lot of men.
Huge,
and
man.
that's one thing that leads to those dark places that men go to, and especially suicide, etc. Because a lot of us don't feel there's safe enough place to open up. And even, you know, I know that times that I've been in a really dark place, it's like I don't even think of one of my best mates at the time. I don't even think to call. It's like there's something that has come to my awareness and knowledge, which is called the internal family therapy. It's based on a guy who discovered it by a process of having to work out how to help trauma patients, learning that the mind has not fragments but different family members, let's say, and one aspect of that is getting them to communicate properly. And there's something called the suicidality protector, which is basically one of those aspects that's like, oh, you're in too much pain, I know how to help you, which isn't really going to help because the people you leave behind get fucked up. So yeah, definitely that sort of got pretty serious quite quickly, but that's what we're here for.
100%.
And men really need to know that we do have to have a brotherhood. We have 100%. To have mates, groups, hobbies, passions, whatever it is. If you like fucking driving fast cars or rock climbing or boxing or anything, archery, whatever it is. It's usually the physical activities that men do better at, because we do have that energy, as we were talking about, as boys, even as men. For me personally, I have to move my body.
It's still in there, correct?
That's not going away. So yeah, really getting, you know, men's groups. Josh has got a
workshops, men's retreat coming up in March in Bali. Later on in March.
So these sort of things are fucking excellent for any men that are out there that want to become part of a brotherhood, even just to pick up a few tips, how to handle situations. Like you were saying, journaling, for me also, I started doing that.
Amazing.
I did it periodically, but I do it a lot recently, and man, it really just helps you get that shit out of your brain.
It's the best. Yeah. You don't even realize that's in there until you start journaling. And you're like, fuck, I've actually written the whole story. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, and then when you just switch off and just start writing, like you don't even think, you just write your thoughts as they're coming. And as you said, you're just like, what was that? Where'd that come from?
Starts mapping out what's needed to eventually work through. So
that's the other part of it. You work out what it is you need to deal with and face and heal or reprogram,
correct,
etc.
Yeah.
So tell us about your breathwork journey.
Yeah, so breathwork, I obviously I was at a stage where I definitely knew I needed to work on something, and for me it was my father. I was like holding on to that. I was like, I knew he definitely challenged me at times, and like I carried a lot of anger throughout my life, and a lot of that was probably directed towards him, because it's easier as a man to blame the other man. That's part of the healing journey. Like at the start of it, like you just blame everything.
No accountability.
You don't take ownership of anything. Yeah. So for me, I was definitely, I was at that stage where I was just like, hey, let's blame him. I need to, but I was willing to work through that. I was like, okay, this is not healthy for me, because it wasn't turning up great in my relationship at the time. Yeah. And obviously all the anger, that helped carry me through boxing. It was an amazing tool. But like at some stage that needs to be worked through. So I eventually met someone, a regular that used to come to my shop for haircuts. He's like, I think you should meet this guy. And because I was open to try everything, I'm always open to explore, and I was willing to start doing that work and figure out how I can resolve this anger and deal with my dad's stuff. And then and then I met him, and then we just organised to do some breath work and that, and what a fucking change it was. What an insane thing it was. Like, literally, it was, yeah, obviously, it was a very deep breathwork session. I did it faster as well. He was like, man, if you can do it, like, faster,
Like
it'd be
Wim Hof
amazing.
sort of breathing?
No, like, faster as in, like, I didn't eat.
Oh, fasting.
Yeah. So it was just like conscious connected holotropic breathwork.
Yep.
And then yeah, like I did it no eating for 24 hours I think, or a little bit more, 36 something.
Yep.
And yeah, just a big breath session, and a lot came up, and I observed my younger self, that little boy, trying to see and get the attention of my father up in the shed. It was this is the recollection I seen. Like, it was him up in his shed, and he was working on his bikes like he always does. If he's not out in the farm, he's up in the shed working somewhere. So, I mean, he's never in the home. You know what I mean? He's never where you want him to be.
Yeah.
So me as the small child, I wanted to go see Dad and hang out with Dad. So I went up there, and obviously being a little kid and him working on his bikes, consumed with his stuff, I started touching everything as that kid does, you know. And then I ended up getting like yelled at quite loudly, you know. And that happened quite a bit, you know. But it was this one time where just really just I don't know, just solidified something in me. That I was just honestly, I just felt like I wasn't worthy of my dad's love. You know, I felt like I'd tried so much in my life to be his friend and be with him all the time, and it was only when it served him that he wanted to be around me, you know, or show me that affection. But as a small child, like you want that all the time.
Yeah.
As I'm sure everyone
Well,
can
you
relate
need it.
with. Yeah,
You need it as a
of
child. You need
course.
that for security and
100%.
self-confidence and all that sort of stuff.
So yeah, like I ended up coming up with that programming, and yeah, it was fucking wild, man. And yeah, like in that moment in the breathwork session, like literally, I observed the whole situation, but I could also observe his stories in his head and what he'd been through.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like I was like, this poor guy is just literally he's trying his best, you know.
Yeah.
And then me as a child, yeah, I'm just trying to get the love and that. And then I experienced it all and observed it all from when I was under in breath, and like I just forgive him in that moment, and just like literally just released so much anger out of my system. I just woke up a new man. Like, obviously I was crying hysterically and all the stuff, as you do. You know, you're moving through a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was absolutely beautiful, and like literally, I just remember just not carrying that heavy anger that I had, because I was willing, I was open to explore and finally move through that, and literally just released back into the ether. It was done. It was forgiven. It was moved through, and it was just fucking life changing. That was the first one, and then I just was like,
So
I've got to do more of this.
Was that your first experience with breathwork?
I did a couple of small ones, like the sunrise breathwork when everyone was starting to do it when COVID come through and that.
Yeah.
But only a couple of small ones like that. And then literally that was like the first big one I ever did.
So holotropic breathwork.
Yeah.
Because I've never done that, but I've heard it's.
I was just breathing heavy, like I didn't know anything except to just breathe heavy and in and out for a long period of time.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
all right. So what I understood holotropic was Stanislav Graf's version of breathing, which is the heavy breathing, fast, heavy breathing, but with like trance music or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, no, it definitely wasn't with any.
Okay.
There was obviously music in the background.
Yeah.
It was sort of like Viking music, actually.
That can
But yeah, like either conscious connected or whatever you want to call it. But it was just heavy breathing. I was young, didn't know anything about it, and I obviously wanted to get this result and this thing because my nervous system was so high strung, used to these big experiences. So I really went after it, you know. Yeah, definitely got there.
Yeah, I think that is part of it, isn't it? Especially people that have been through that really hard, dark stuff. When it comes to healing, much more ready to face the fire, so to speak, or walk through the fire.
100%. Yeah, I was just like, give it to me, whatever it is. Like you want me to breathe, I'll breathe for a long period of time and get there.
Yeah, I've done that. I remember one that I went to, and it was just, I don't know how long it was. It was half an hour or something of just
Yeah.
non-stop
Yeah.
fast breathing, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like I fucking left my body.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
100,
came back and
100%.
it's like I could see myself,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, all right, this is interesting.
yeah.
So it's a powerful tool.
Powerful tool, man. That's why I've just used breath for so much of my journey in that, and that's actually why I haven't moved to plant medicine. I've had such big experiences in breath, like I haven't really felt like I've been fully needed to do that, to do some healing or drawn to it. Look, maybe at some stage, I don't know, we'll see. But breath has been a magical tool for me to do so much breakthrough and so much releasing, and yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously plant medicine is something that people are called to,
Yes.
and breath work as well.
Yeah.
But in saying that, what else can you recommend about breath work to any men out there that are possibly not doing so well, and they want to ground in physically, get out of their head, get into their body?
Best thing ever. Like, because I'm sure you're the same. Like, we're so disconnected with self. You know, once you're that child, you're not getting what you require in any way, and then that just, like, you dim your light and you start to shame yourself and you don't feel worthy. You just get so disconnected with who you are as the true self, your true self.
Yeah.
And that just happens like more and more as you get older. So like I was so disconnected from myself in every sense for so long, and like literally breath brought me back home.
Yeah.
Breath finally brought me back home and like allow me to like see who my true self is again. That obviously that little boy, like did a lot of healing around that, and then just embodied and embraced that as me as this adult self now too, and just like embodied both of them, and now I'm just like always dropping into breath because that's my connection. That's my connection to me, and that's honestly that's my connection to God as well. You know, like I feel so when I'm so connected to myself, I'm connected to everything. You know, like that's God. That's like everything. That's the ether. That's everything around here. Like you just, it's a magical tool. And if guys wanted to explore it, they may have seen these big crazy experiences on Instagram, and that it doesn't have to be that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can get that if you want, like I did on my first big session. Go for it, but it's such a good tool to exactly what you said, getting out of the head, and just coming back to our body, learning to regulate our nervous system. Amazing tool for that, and then just like letting go of our everyday struggles. You know, so even just coming and do a normal breath, do a breath workshop with anyone, yourself, myself, anyone. It's worth exploring because it can give you so many tools for life things, and then you can use it for use basic breathing techniques to overcome road rage, overcome the incident with the missus, overcome this, overcome that. But like literally, if you're willing to just stop, take a moment, and get connected back with your breath and feeling that travel in your body, and slowing each exhale down, like literally, it can change your life in a few minutes. Like you're not wanting to attack that person over there, or yell at that person over there, or project your stuff onto that person over there. Like you're just like, you know what, I'm okay. I'm gonna chill. And you just go out in nature and just getting like do some grounding in that. And like if you're in a place where you can drop in and do a meditation, literally it's that simple and can shift everything inside. I know that seems very hard for people that are so caught in their head, which I've been there. I get it. But yeah, it's like if you're willing to just stop, pause, get connected with the breath, and do that, like it can literally help shift so much negativity out of your life.
Yeah. It really can. In my personal experience also, it's just been that whole basically trajectory that I'm on now is heavy into the regulation of nervous system.
Yes.
Because that was
Huge.
something, I fought thought that I had a grasp on, but no. Simply because of trauma, anger, whatever it is, all that stuff that gets caught up and programmed and we live by until we actually face, reprogram and not relive. Recalibrate to live differently. And grounding, as you just said, grounding, for me, I like ice baths, cold exposure.
Yep.
Breathwork is amazing. When you said road rage, that's one of the things that I know when
Everyone, all us men, we all know that.
And it's just one thing I know when I'm driving, and if I've not had a good sleep or I'm a bit tired or whatever, as I'm driving, before anything even happens, I'm like, consistently. And my wife sits next to me, she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. I'm just regulating.
Do me.
Regulating.
Yeah.
And that's the magic of it. It is regulation of our nervous systems.
I agree.
Because once we're clear and not in our amygdala and in our fight mode, which is quite easy, and we come here and then here, shit gets better.
Real quick. Yeah, nervous system regulation it's been a massive part of me since my last fight, actually. Last April. Because, obviously I took myself through a long, extensive healing journey. I changed so much about myself and let go of all the anger and all that sort of stuff. But I was still, now I realise it since I've done it, but my container was still that over-regulated self from that nervous system. So after and boxing sort of kept me there a little bit, because that was my projection of the hurt, and then after my last fight, I just allowed myself to just unwind, and I did a lot of breath and a lot of meditation, and just really just worked on regulating my nervous system, and it's so many stages of it. It just keeps as soon as you think you're all good, there's just more to just unravel, and you're just like, how chill can I get? It's crazy, but and then I'm like, how fucking high strung was I?
That's the
we
other
all
thing,
know
isn't
this.
it?
It's like how
are
we surviving like this?
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
When you look back at yourself and it was like, fuck, how did I operate that way?
Crazy.
Because I know for even 5 years ago, compared to 10, 15, 20 years ago, I'm such a different person.
It's insane, man. And that's what I mean. Back when I was playing up and literally I was sleeping once a week, living in psychosis. Smoking meth and started using, shooting up and that, and doing crime and installing cars and getting high speed chases and that. My heart was just motoring. It's just out of control. And it's how was I operating then? And now I'm constantly just regulating myself more and more. I'm how the fuck was I that high? How is that possible? It's crazy.
That's trippy to think about. Meth alone is
insane.
I've never had it, but I've had speed, so
Yeah.
I don't know how similar it would be, but I know that definitely gets your heart racing.
Gets heart racing, man.
And then in a high-speed chase, fucking hell.
Yeah, out of control. So, I'm just wow. There's so much unraveling of the system. And, and then it's tough to work through with that, A lot of forgiving for myself for self-destructing as well, for all that, So that was a big part of my journey as well. Just realising that, hey, that was a chapter, that was me at that stage, coping with whatever I had on my internal stories. Yeah. But just forgiving that little man and just being it's okay. And then just in my journey, just just hugging him and just being it's all good and just giving love to that child. It's okay.
It's amazing for anyone that hasn't done any sort of inner child work, that it sounds out there or whatever, but it is absolutely phenomenal how much something can shift through one of those processes where you meet yourself as a child, a version of yourself. Let's say you pick an age where something significant happened, you go back and you just give that kid love and understand that it was okay. You were a child. You're not the adult. You don't need to make all the tough decisions. You're a child. You're allowed to be scared or hurt or whatever it is. And you're just sending them love and acceptance. And that can really, for me, I've done that tens of times. Every time has been significant.
It's huge, yeah, like literally just exactly what you said, sitting with him, sending him love, just holding him, like it's huge. And your system feels that, am I right?
Absolutely.
So it's quite an insane experience and very valuable.
It's life changing. It's like the value that comes from that, even if it's, you pay a healer to do something, it's $200 or $300, it is so worth it.
Yeah, it's well worth it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's sort of bringing stuff up for me as well. It's like, there's a lot of processes I still want to go through. And you can pick them. I think it's also, for me personally, I have years, I think probably years of my life that I just can't remember.
Yeah.
It's just like blank. So you've got to pick things that are significant to you and then bring them to your process or your thing, to your healing. I'm just sort of really feeling it now.
Because like I was obviously very, very numb and forgetful for a lot of stuff as well, and I just picked at the start of it. I just picked what I knew, and then sort of and then obviously after you unravel that and you experience yourself in that and start to move through them parts, heal them parts, forgive the parties that are involved. Then that opens up something else, because like the subconscious, the human brain, the human body is insane. So like that won't allow us to just it won't blot out all the information because it's too much.
It's way too much.
So like in the journey, after you start to unravel and work through some bits, another layer unravels, another story. And I end up having memories of my actual childhood. Like I didn't remember any of it. I actually had this crazy experience. I was in Mount Shasta in America. I was hiking up there and I was meditating up in the mountain. I went off trail because I was like, I just wanted to experience the mountain. So I went off trail and I stopped and did some meditation and that. Literally, I experienced myself in the womb. It was insane.
Really?
Yeah, I experienced myself in the womb, and I observed myself and my twin, obviously next to me, because I'm a twin. And then I observed like my mother and my father having disagreements and argues, and it was almost like that's where a little bit of resentment started. They both had issues in the relationship, and then I don't know, obviously like two being pregnant again when they've got their own issues, already got children, already beef in the relationship, and then I'm pregnant, and then it's like, there's two of them. It's like just too much for what it was, And then I felt my dad shut off, and basically that's where he withdrew, and he knew he had to provide, so he'd gone and did what he needed to do in a physical sense. He had to provide for everyone, And then mum, obviously with her childhood wounding, she wasn't getting loved by her partner in that sense as well. And then we were potentially the cause of that, so that's potentially where a little bit of resentment comes in from both parties. And just a crazy experience for us. So that was just meditating up in Mount Shasta. That was just wild, to observe that. And then, because obviously I'd felt that in my healing journey, I'd see that resentment and all that sort of stuff from them. It was just very interesting to experience that. Just in meditation, it was wild.
You were just sitting meditating.
I was just meditating. Yeah, obviously I'd been through a long journey myself. Like I'd done so much healing already, and then I just embodying my new life and just been living my life. But I always remain open for messages and downloads and all that sort of stuff. And I was just chilling, meditating, and that come through. I was like, this is insane. But like Mount Shasta's pretty spiritual mountain, you know.
You're pretty tapped in there, yeah.
So it was very cool.
That's the root of the earth, root canal. Fuck, I almost
Root chakra,
I
yeah.
said that yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Root chakra.
So yeah, I went there and it was crazy. I was like, this wild. Of course, it happened in a place like that.
Yeah. Connected, tapped in. Fuck.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, there's a lot of guidance we get when we open up, especially leaving from the heart. That's one thing I've noticed. Once you really drop into your heart and out of the mind, into our bodies, that's where the guidance and the messages, and whether they're guides, angels, higher self, whatever.
All the above.
Or all of the above, Creator, God.
All the above.
Whatever. The dragon.
Correct, 100%.
And that's what it's about for me. That's life to me now is, sure, I have car, house, this, that, but to me it's, why am I here? And these are the conversations that I want to be having and helping people get it out there. This is, accessible to everyone.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, no matter what you've been through. I can't say I've been through the darkest shit because I haven't, but everyone has. Two people can experience the exact same thing and be totally differently affected by it.
Exactly.
But this is there for everyone. The simplicity of breathing or meditating, or even if you do go to the track of plant medicine, it's all relative to what you resonate with. And it's like stuff like that, how much did that change you at that moment in time? How much did you feel, what changes did you feel in your body, your mind, when you realized, oh shit, he had so much to deal with. She had so much to deal with. I and my brother came along. Obviously you feel guilty because I had the same thing. My mum was 17 when she had me. So it was like, you have that guilt for no good reason, really. Because you're just a life that's coming
just
to
doing
earth.
your thing.
How did that shift?
Yeah, it was just like, I'm picturing all the big experiences I've had through breath, and even just my healing journey outside of breath, and that when I eventually learned to see, feel, and forgive the party involved, but just lightness in my system, just letting go, and such a weight off the shoulders, off the body, off the system, and it's off the soul as well, because this is what we do. We come in with these soul contracts. So we come in with these soul contracts, and then once we're given the opportunity to work through them, and then we actually take the opportunity and we work through them and we release them. It's just like, it gives me goosebumps.
I was just about to say that.
I'm just like, it's insane. Like, it just releases so much from us as people. Like, don't worry about the head noise. That's gone. Don't worry about the stories. That's gone. And literally, it just like, obviously that release, but then it just ignites more in the heart, and you just feel just more love with yourself, more connection with yourself, and just with everything, with God, with everyone involved, all your friends, your family. And even to this day, like my father's, he's very surface level. He is what he is, he's not willing to go through healing journey and forgive this stuff and that. He's an amazing man. He's developed a lot as a person as well, and hats off to him for that. But yeah, like, it doesn't really matter. It's like you've still got love for him. It's like, in the end, that's the soul contract you come in with. That person is connected to you in a sense. That person fathered you. That's like how you hear in a physical sense. it's like, hey, I've got so much love for that person, and I'm just thankful. Like after I went through a lot of my healing journey, man, I was thankful for all of it, all the chaos, all the fucking shit show, all the self-destruction, all the people that triggered that self-destruction. I went back and I was just like, thank you. Like it took me quite a while to get there, and then when I got there, I was just like, thank you, because now I can just sit here with such a full heart, and such connection to myself and everything. I'm just like, what a fucking blessing.
Yeah.
What an absolute blessing. And I'm just like, thank you.
It is, isn't it? And that's something also I actually had to go and have a chat with my mother yesterday. And that's something that our parents, you're talking about soul contracts.
Yep.
And they did a good job at it.
100%.
They did a great job at it.
It
wasn't their job to make us be spiritual or this and that. It was to fucking feed us the raw pain.
Correct.
To initiate those triggers for us to do it ourselves. Because otherwise we're not going to learn. That's the best way to learn, is through the fucking fire, through the darkness, through the pain.
Yes. We're warriors, yeah? Like how many past lives have we been on the battlefield? How many past lives have we slayed the dragon, slayed slayed that? Like we've always been in wars, you know. And I've experienced a lot of them in my birth journeys as well. I've always been like I've always seen myself on the war field or in some sort of army or war and that, and I'm just like that's why I'm boxing. That's why I box. That's why I was so drawn to it, and that's obviously why the life brought out all that sort of stuff for me to move into that and carry that hurt and the anger so I could project it. So yeah, like it's in us, you know, it's in every one of us, it's in our blood, and yeah, like we can embrace that. It's part of us, you know.
And that's I think that's a big problem that we face as men today. It's that men are so aggressive, and yeah, we fucking are. It's like we had to be.
Of course.
Otherwise you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
That's just part of it. Are we allowed to be aggressive towards women? No.
No.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But
that's child play.
Yeah.
That's
wounded
projection
child.
from a little boy.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. But we had to fight. You know,
course.
even 80 years ago, even today, there's wars.
Yeah.
We have to fight. And this, again, what you're saying, we were past lives as well.
100%.
And what I've come to learn was not only is the epigenetics, so that's passed down through our lineage, our DNA.
Correct.
Then there's our soul lineage as well, which, having been warriors and soldiers and all of it, where we are today is as simple. I'll just keep it very simple. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Correct. 100%. 100%. Yeah, because what's the garden going to do? Unfortunately, that's what society's trying to build us to do, but if we just stay true to ourselves, we're always going to be okay, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of men have gotten lost, because they listen to society. It's like, oh, boys are bad, boys need medicating. No, they don't. They need to run. They need to climb trees. They need to be taught how to do things. They need to be disciplined, taught discipline, you know, given challenges, initiations, focus on something.
I agree.
All of that stuff. Not given a fucking tablet.
No. Yeah, discipline. I liked how you touched on discipline, and it's self-discipline too. You know, it's not choosing to have that beer or have that certain food. It's like self-discipline for me has been such a major role in my life to shape who I am now. Obviously, been 14 years drug and alcohol free, and became a professional athlete. Like I always give myself little mind games to, like this year.
Challenges?
Yeah. This year I'm having no coffee for the year.
Yep.
Even though I miss it, I love the taste and I miss it. But I'm like, it's cool. I've locked in. I'm like, I'm only hurting myself if I don't do that. Yep. So I'm weakening my system if I don't stick to what I say.
Yep.
So if
Keeping your word to yourself.
yeah, that's massive. That's bigger than anything. Keeping your word to anyone is nowhere near as big as keeping your word to yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, because that's strengthening your system and telling your system that you can trust what you say and you're going to do it. You know, so it's a huge part of the good journey.
Also for partners and friends and things like
Correct.
that. Especially
Yes.
women. Women do, in my experience, respect when you say, I'm going to do something, and you do it, and you keep your word to something.
100% they do.
Because if you say you're going to do something, okay, great, that's one thing.
Mm.
But then doing it, sticking to your word, following through, and doing it with a fucking passion and tenacity,
Yeah.
that's a whole different story.
Yeah, turn up. And yeah, even from that, doing it with children, you know, like you made that promise, oh, I'm going to take you to soccer, or whatever it is. It's like,
Yeah.
that's the most impactful stuff. Because you got to think that small child is that small child. And you're his superhero as a father, or whatever it is. If you don't stick to that promise, like, that can be potentially very damaging for that small child because you are his world. We don't understand, we can't quite comprehend. Everyone's like very weird on this trauma stuff, and they're like, oh, it's not that bad because they're looking at it from an adult lens and from what they've already experienced. But if you put yourself in that small child shoes again, if you're able to like move out of your head and actually take yourself back to there, so many things are big and impactful. Like, look, when you went to school, it was huge. Look, when you heard a loud noise, that was big and scary. Look, when a storm came, it was big and scary. So, like, them things as that little child, how they experience that is very, very big, very, very damaging. So,
It's
yeah,
also,
just,
I think, people that haven't been through any, because there are people that haven't been through severe trauma.
yes, of course. Yep.
And a lot of people just think it's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, because, they haven't experienced it, so they just, it's easy to, just avoid and just, like push it away or kick it away and just like not really accept it as a potential reality, you know?
Or damage.
Exactly.
Yes. This is good. One thing I wanted to ask you that we sort of touched on with the self-discipline,
Yep.
whether you have a type of ethos that you live by.
I would say the thing I've lived by now is, it's honestly it's that self-discipline and sticking to your word. Like, I don't know, for me personally, I've got a whole way I set myself up in that. Like, I've got a whole morning routine, and I've got a whole night routine before I go to bed to prepare myself. And that has changed throughout life, but for me, that allows me to pick out of self-discipline every morning, getting up and doing the exact same thing, cold showers included, you know, wherever that is in the world. Like, it's just sticking to what you say to yourself, I think, is the biggest thing you can possibly do, because then you can turn up and be that strong self for other people to rely on if they need to. Because if we don't fill our cup up and if we're not full ourselves, how can we then give what we're capable of giving to other people? You know, so for me, like, self-discipline is the go-to. However that looks for each individual. You know, I've obviously I read affirmations, I've got breath, I've got meditation, I read a couple of pages of the Bible morning and night. I've got like pictures that I look at, I've got like a storyboard I look at on my phone. I speak to myself in the mirror, I do mirror work every morning. You know, like, how often do you go up to the mirror and just say, like, I love you, Josh? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people can't do that, and I actually really struggled with that at the start. But I go up and I see myself every day, and I tell myself I love myself and I'm proud of myself, because, hey, I am. You know what I mean? Like, everyone should be, no matter where you are in life. You should be, because, like, hey, we're here, we're living, we're doing it. It's amazing. Like, it's all a blessing, no matter where we are, whether it's challenging or not. it's still beautiful. It's still, we're living in the human experience.
And I don't think you can actually be in the wrong place.
Correct. It's exactly true.
You just are where you are.
Mm.
And that's all part of the human experience for a soul.
Yep. It's part of the evolution through this human game, yeah? Oh, yes.
It is a game.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Because, hey, that's reality. Like, this is the human experience, which at times, like, it's very easy to consume yourself with you thinking this is reality. But, like, once you start to open and explore and allow, like, you soon start to realize.
Yeah, and I think it's when you're able to step out of the survival mode as well.
Yes.
Because I
Huge
know
one.
I was fucking stuck in it
Of course.
for a long time.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you get your regulated nervous system, keeping your promises to yourself, and then you just, surrender, I think it's also part of it.
Huge one. I love that you mentioned that. It's been a huge part of my journey as well. Actually, have you read The Surrender Experiment?
Yes.
Amazing book. So like that was the thing. Like I've had a lot of books that have cracked me open and veered me on the right direction, and that was another one that came and like literally was insane. And since I learned how to just open and allow and just like allow the path to just be there and just be guided, and I just surrender to the path, no matter what that is. That's why I've put a pause on boxing for now. Like I was called to move into this breath space a lot, but I was putting on standstill for boxing, and I was still trying to push that and force that, and then once I allowed to open and move into this, like new opportunities come. I've met new people. I've gained so much confidence in myself through breath and holding workshops and that. Men's retreats, it's just so awesome to see.
Yeah.
Like the path is always there
if
we allow ourselves to surrender and see it.
I was just thinking back to that book as well. Like once you do integrate the lessons that he gives you, and then just as you were saying, something happens and you get the nudges. Like if you're too focused on boxing and it's like breathwork, and then you're like, nah, boxing, breathwork. You get the feather, and then you get the brick,
hands,
then you get the B double if you don't fucking listen.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. Like, and the more you open and the more you allow, like the more you see. And it's very challenging at the start when you don't know how to open and you don't know how to not push or force, because that's all we know. When we're that injured little man,
As a warrior as well, as that masculine trait of I have to fight this, I have to force
tunnel vision, one task, and it's like whatever's in front, we're taking it out.
That's as simple as it gets.
Yeah.
All right, so with men that are really looking to make a change and find either a breathwork session or class or facilitator or teacher, where did you start? What would you recommend?
If men are genuinely ready to look at themselves and be like, I'm open to explore something and finally create some sort of shift in their life, that's amazing. That's the first step. Knowing that obviously, hey, I've got to change something, or I lose X, Y, Z, whether it's the partner, whether it's the job, whether it's freedom, their life, 100%. Life is a big one. Freedom, whether they go into jail or not. All the things, like when you're finally at that place where you're just like, you know what, I've actually got to create some sort of shift.
I also want to mention that a lot of men, myself included, wait until the fucking shit hits the fan. So I highly recommend, if you know something's out, something's not right, just start searching now.
Yeah.
Start searching now.
Yeah. Look for that brotherhood. Look for that breathwork shop. Look for that mate that's on that healing journey.
Yeah.
Look for that old person that used to be on your soccer team, or someone you know. Like, I'm sure if you look at Daryl's Instagram, my Instagram, I'm sure you could reach out to both of us. We're totally open. Anyone that you potentially know that is on that journey, amazing. If you have some sort of inkling that yes, something's coming, like, speak to them openly. And then, just be open to explore, whether it's the breath workshop, whether it's a brotherhood meeting, whether it's go and train with something different and just openly speak. Whatever it is, man, or just like doing something yourself. If you really want to do it yourself, do something different. Go in nature, literally barefoot, and just journal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly.
Sit by a river. Even starting to meditate. Just start with 2 minutes first. Clear your mind, focus on your breath, feel your body, feel sensations, become aware of things. Set a timer for fucking 2 minutes, then make it 5 minutes, then make it 10 minutes, like that. Yeah. That's how I started. I remember 100%. Years ago, it was 2 minutes.
Yeah. And
2 minutes.
And like, I'm sure you've heard this a number of times too. I can't meditate. Every single person, just know this, every single person that has ever meditated has thought that about themselves every single time. Because we're also stuck in our head when we first start. So that's why we get back with the breath, we follow it in our body, out our body, and then eventually you quieten down the mind a little bit. It takes time, it takes practice. It takes practice, like boxing takes practice. Like guitar takes practice, like everything. So just, setting yourself small targets and just building on them, like Daryl said. And just moving into that, like anything that can potentially create some change in your life, that you're not stuck in the same programs, that is the start.
Yeah.
And then, that is the start.
Just what you said, stuck in the programs, that's the key as well. It's really shifting things, like maybe take a different route home.
Yes.
Walk a different way to, I don't know, wear different clothes, buy different colours. Like I still wear a lot of black, but you know, I try and buy brighter colours.
I always wear brighter now. I love it.
It's a change. But I wanted to wear this. This is
perfect.
This was my a process that I did, channel process with my wife Athena and rainbow dragons. Looking back into my childhood, when I was 3, that I had made the conscious decision to fight because I had a kind of a stepfather.
Yeah.
And that carried through until a few weeks ago.
Wow. It's huge.
So now I'm choosing peace and ease.
Beautiful.
And heart-centered living.
Oh.
Nervous system regulation. And that all started with a few different things, but it started with chaos,
Of course it did. And like, I'm sure that a lot of men watching this, they've been through like the chaos themselves, however that looks for each individual, doesn't matter. But like, I guarantee everyone's lived through chaos in their own system, however that looks, so there's always a way back home. Look at both our lives, we've lived through a lot of chaos. And look at us now, just sitting here, regulated, calm, and just speaking about the journey openly. And we just encourage all of you guys to, potentially, if you're ready to explore that yourself, whether that's reaching out to us or reaching out to someone else, or just starting the journey yourself. And if you get stuck, that's when you reach out. You're doing whatever, but creating some sort of shift from that old program, that old self, to creating something more, exactly what you said, more heart-filled, more heart-led. And and being able to start coming from a place of love and happiness, which is a magical place to come from.
That's a big change. From how do you see the difference, like on a scale of, I don't know, 1 to 100?
Hundreds doesn't even, hundreds, it's more than 100.
The way you were years
yeah.
ago to the way you are now.
Oh, complete fucking 180. That's probably the best way to put it. Yeah, complete opposite. Because obviously, yeah, it was all self-destruct, anger, self-hurt, and projection. And now I'm just like, I just am calm, peaceful, joyous.
Owning your shit.
Yeah, I complete ownership of all of it. Whether that's anything, whether that's the conversation where you've said something like whatever it is, it's complete ownership of it. And then it's like ownership, and then it's like opportunity. You know, ownership. Okay, there's an opportunity that I can develop through this thing to become better in some sense for the next chapter.
Yeah.
Or the next stage in the game.
The next layer of the onion.
So yeah, it's beautiful. Like, and then being able to be heart led and coming from a place of love and allowing my heart to guide me. Wow, like life is with ease, with beauty, with love, and with always challenges, because that helps us develop as humans.
That doesn't stop.
No, so that's part of it, and we love that because that allows us to become better in every sense.
I think with what I've adapted to, I guess, is using that warrior mindset to be like, okay, every day I'm going to fight a battle, but that battle is my word to myself.
Yeah.
And it's keeping it, doing the shit that needs to be done, whether it's creating a podcast, finding a job, moving house, whatever it may be. But you do it with that fucking drive.
Yeah.
That tenacity, the passion of a warrior. And when you focus on yourself and do that, what you're just saying, all the whole process of getting from one place, which is total fucking self-destruction, to total self-love and living from a heart space.
Joyous.
It's insane how much better life can be.
Ease, ease and light. Like, we both know when we used to walk around with them heavy plates on us. Yeah, not needed, you know?
No.
Very nice place.
It is. Okay, so tell us about your events coming up and how people can find you.
Yeah, so yeah, my business is Better by Breath. That's on Instagram, Facebook as well. Website all coming. So yeah, I'm just moving into this space a lot more. So creating more stuff. We've got a men's retreat coming up in March in Bali, 18th to the 22nd. A lot of men doing the same work and just becoming better in every sense. To be able to come back here and just be better. Breath workshops. Whenever I'm in Australia, I'll do them. That'll always be over my Instagram and all that sort of stuff. But at some stage, if God willing, if I'm meant to be there, I want to be in America. Like, it feels like big potential for me. It feels like big potential for me, and it feels like home in my heart. Every time I'm there, it feels like home. So more workshops over there, obviously. And then I've written some programs out that will be launching very soon as well. They'll be probably launched at the end of March or something like that. And that'll be like some one-on-one programs as well, or some group programs. So yeah, like if any of these sound like something that you could be interested in, just reach out to me.
Josh Fredrickson.
Yeah, Josh Fredrickson.
Yeah.
Better by Breath. But yeah, reach out to me. I'd love to chat to you, see where you're at in your journey, and and just help if that's something that you require from me, you know.
So thanks, Josh.
Thank you so much, bro.
A pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
And we did line this up some time ago.
We did. It's been a little bit of a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great to finally get in there and have a chat.
But we got there, yeah. Thank you for joining us on Dragonfire podcast, Men's Alchemical Path. And I'm Daryl Kroll, Josh Fredrickson, and bye for now.